Yeah, I was just thinking about this Amir Khan Kell Brook fight. Who do you guys think is going to win? It's a 50-50 fight on paper, but I think Amir Khan's going to win. My reasons are I think he's going to be too fast. I think he's going to be too strong. And I just feel like from what I've seen, he's got in Kell Brook's head. He just seems more relaxed, more confident out of the two. But having said that, of course, it can go the other way. I can see a few ways that Kell Brook can win because he's such a good fighter. It's really hard with these two because you can make an argument that one is better than the other. Kell Brook's had a really good career. Amir Khan's has had a really good career. But when I look at their fights and what they've achieved overall, I have to be honest, I have to lean towards Amir Khan. I feel like he's a bigger name. He just had more significant fights. It's difficult. It's a tough one, and I like both. They're both really good fighters, but I just feel Khan's reach, his speed, even though they're both past their best, that doesn't always matter in a sense because that means it's kind of equal. They're both past their best. They're both getting on. But I just feel at this stage, just just my feeling, and I actually think Khan would have beaten him back in the day. I just think that his style is difficult for Kell Brook. It's difficult for many people, but of course, Kell Brook's a great fighter. They're both on the same level. It's really close. But like I said, if I had to make a decision, I'm not a betting man, but if I was to bet, I would bet my money on Amir Khan to win. I see Khan stopping Kell Brook. I don't know in what round, but it wouldn't surprise me if Kell Brook knocked Khan out if he catches him clean. But it wouldn't surprise me if Khan knocks Brook out. But yeah, I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm not going to sit on the fence. I see Khan winning this fight. Hopefully the fight does happen. But what do you guys think? Who do you think is going to win? And how and why? But yeah, on paper, definitely it's a 50-50 fight. And I do disagree. You know, a lot of people, people will moan about everything and say, "Oh, the fight's too late." But you know, we said that about Pacquiao Mayweather, and yeah, it didn't happen. It happened later than we wanted it to, but everybody still watched it and still tuned in. So just because of the names, just because of how big Khan's name is, and how big Kell Brook is, and they both lost to Crawford. You know, Khan lost to Canelo, Brook lost to Golovkin. You can't really knock them. They're both brave guys. They both fight anyone. They're both former world champions. So it's a great matchup. You know, it's not often in boxing that you get these types of even matchups, whether they're in their prime or they're not. Obviously, it'd be better if they're in their prime, but in some way, it makes it even a bit more exciting that they're not in their prime, and we're both curious as to what they've got left. But I just saw Khan just working out on the bag, and he's still got the hand speed. He still looks like he's got enough. And Kell Brook, until we got stopped by Crawford, he was boxing well in that fight. He looked sharp. He looked strong. So, because of the rivalry. But yeah, you know, you can't always look into the psychology. But if we was to look at different things and try and say who won, who got the better of that, I thought Khan got the better of Kell Brook in the press conference. He just seemed more confident. He wasn't as rattled. It seemed like Kell Brook lost his temper. It got to him, and he keeps saying that Amir Khan doesn't want respect him, and he's never given him that respect. And you know, Amir Khan's attitude, I think, is better. He's like, I don't need Kell's respect. I know what I've done in the sport, and I don't think Kell Brook needs Amir Khan's approval or vice versa. But I'm not Kell Brook. That's how they feel. It does make this is what sells in boxing. You know, let's be honest. When there's a rivalry, it makes you want to watch the fight even more. But I think it's going to be a good fight. I'm just going to make a prediction. Obviously, I could be wrong, but I don't know. I just got a feeling that the fight's going to end in 3 or 4 rounds. I think Khan's gonna stop him in 3 or 4 rounds. I think the shock of the speed is going to be a bit overwhelming, and I don't think he's going to give Kell Brook a chance to settle into the fight. But obviously, it's just a prediction. I could be wrong. None of us really know what's going to happen, but that's how I feel. That's my instincts. My intuition's telling me that Khan's going to end it quite early. And another thing as well, and it might not be an advantage, but I just feel like Khan training with Crawford's going to be an advantage. Training with a team like Crawford and Crawford's trainer Bomac, I just think that's kind of going to get into Brook's head as well. I mean, he's training with a guy that just beat you, And I know that Khan lost to Crawford as well, but it's just, I think you're just looking at all the advantages. Khan training with Crawford, Khan being more relaxed at the press conference, Brook seeming more reactive and angry and emotional. Amir Khan has the faster hand speed. I think Khan's taller, he's got a longer reach. So all these advantages really make me quite confident that Khan's going to win. But that doesn't mean he is going to win. But that's my prediction. Let me know your prediction in the box below, all right? Fearless.